Have you ever wondered why we dream? Most people think it's just brain noise, a fleeting, meaningless static that fills the night. But as we've discovered, the reality is far more structured and far more unsettling than we ever imagined. Welcome to the Abyss, a map of the mind's deepest layers, where the line between thought and reality begins to dissolve. For reference, we know more about the physical abyss of the Mariana Trench than we do about the mental landscapes we inhabit every night. We even know more about Martian dust storms than our own bedtime stories. Yet, everyone dreams. It's the most private thing we have in common. Level 1. The Gateway, also known to science as hypnagogia, the thin, shimmering border between wakefulness and sleep. In this stage, your brain's visual cortex begins to fire spontaneously, creating phosphines, vivid geometric patterns. Spirals, lattices, and tunnels. These aren't random. They are universal form constants that appear whenever the brain enters an altered state. Some theorists believe this is a defense mechanism, keeping your visual neurons firing so neighboring brain regions don't invade their territory while you're inactive. But as you cross through the gateway, you reach level 2, the dreamscape. This is where the mind begins to build. Level 2 is defined by negative space, vast, often empty landscapes, a desert, a dark ocean, or a silent void. Psychologists call these liminal spaces, thresholds of consciousness where the narrative hasn't yet formed, leaving you in an unsettling, infinite transition. This stage serves as an emotional canvas. The brain projects a foundational mood, comfort, isolation, or unease, before any plot appears. It's an art style defined by surrealism, familiar landscapes with proportions that feel just off. Ready for the narrative to begin. Level 3, the metaphor. Here, the static environments give way to narrative structures, but these stories don't follow physical logic. They follow emotional logic. A dream about missing a flight isn't about travel, it's a distilled metaphor for the fear of failure. The brain repurposes memory fragments to reinforce one of 5 central themes: identity, desire, fear. Loss or conflict. Everything you see is a symbol for what you feel. But then, the dream starts to take on a life of its own. Take the house metaphor, present in nearly half of all recorded dreams. Carl Jung believed the house represents the architecture of the psyche. The living areas represent your social persona, while descending into a dark basement signifies a plunge into repressed instincts and the collective unconscious. Or the universal exam dream. Evolutionary psychologists call this threat simulation theory. The brain dry-running a high-stress failure to improve waking performance. Level 4. Independent agents. This is where dreams cross a boundary. They stop feeling like they're generated by you and start feeling like they're happening to you. You meet dream characters, figures that seem to possess their own agency, behaving unpredictably and offering information you didn't consciously know. Perhaps the most infamous independent agent is the Hat Man, a terrifying hallucination closely tied to sleep paralysis. When your brain wakes up before muscle paralysis switches off, your hyperactivated amygdala synthesizes a shadow person to explain the intense feelings of dread. Recent phenomena have even linked high doses of certain drugs to Hatman sightings, proving these agents are hardwired into our neurochemistry. There is an entire subculture dedicated to tulpomancy, attempting to force these independent agents into sentient mental companions. They use lucid dreaming to accelerate the process, seeking dream guides, recurring characters who act as mentors and seem to possess their own memories. But be warned, when a dreamer tries to challenge the simulation by telling a character, "You aren't real," the system often pushes back, hard. Lucid dreamers report a sudden, intense hostility. The system reacts to the glitch, attempting to maintain the illusion of reality at any cost. Level 5, the Abyss, the final stage, where awareness is a double-edged sword. This is the realm of lucid dreaming, but also of the loop. False awakening loops. You dream you've woken up and started your day, brushing your teeth, only to realize you're still asleep. Dr. Giorgio Buzzi found that 79% of habitual lucid dreamers experience these false awakenings. In extreme cases, subjects report looping dozens of times. Buzzi suggests false awakenings are a vestigial form of REM sleep where the brain is literally practicing how to be awake. The philosopher Bertrand Russell famously claimed to have experienced nearly 100 such loops while recovering from general anesthesia. It's a state of hyperarousal. Your prefrontal cortex is awake while the rest of your brain is in deep REM. You are a ghost in your own machine. But the most mind-bending breakthrough isn't what's happening inside your head, it's what's happening between them. Shared dreaming. For over a century, science has investigated dream telepathy. Studies show that 60% of identical twins report experiencing shared dreams. This prompted the Maimonides experiments in the 1960s. They highlighted how shared genetics and emotional syncing produce synchronized symbolic responses. Yet, Tibetan Buddhist monks have practiced dream yoga for over 1,000 years, with advanced practitioners claiming they can meet and interact within a shared dream state. Their goal isn't just control, but reaching the clear light, a state of pure, non-conceptual awareness that persists even during deep, dreamless sleep. Fast forward to 2025. Researchers at REM-Space claim to achieve two-way communication between two lucid dreamers. Using eye movement signals and a dream language called Remyo, a word sent by one dreamer was delivered to the second. The abyss finally had a bridge. Science suggests we are all tapped into global attractor networks, recurring templates like the chase dream hard-coded into the human experience. The future of Project Abyss is the total colonization of the night, a world where our private dreams become a shared virtual reality. So next time you close your eyes and drift into that familiar static, remember, you aren't just sleeping, you're exploring. And once you venture far enough, the abyss might just start exploring you. Project Abyss, access granted. If you've ever felt the abyss pulling you back, subscribe and like to follow our investigation deeper. New files are added every week.